listen, I still haven't listened to like not listened, but I still haven't went back to go like replay Ice Cream, aka Iceman. Like I really ain't been fucking with it. You know what I'm saying? It's like nothing against Drake. It's just that it's super mid. Like just because everybody's just like excited for the outdoor music and the hookah music and stuff like that, and some people want the Drake stimulus and shit. You know what I mean? Like it's really whatever to me, dog. It didn't have the same impact for me like a GNX, you know what I'm saying, or really like a GNX, because that's really what you got to compare it to, considering that the two juggernauts of this time have both now released an album, and I don't think the impact of Drake's album is really as impactful as what Kendrick did with GNX and a surprise drop. You know what I'm saying? Ice Cream is kind of whack. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie, Ice Cream is kind of whack. We'll see in the test of time how people feel about it later on. Now, obviously, it seems like people are talking about it, but it's lost its momentum a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It seems like the album has lost its momentum. You start breaking down the hypocrisies and just the wild shit that's being said in the songs that just don't really add up. Like the things that stand out to me with the Ice Cream song or Ice Cream album is like the shit he was saying about how, like, whether it's directed at Kendrick or Kanye, whoever you want to direct it to, in regards to just like how his music is targeted towards white people that feel guilty and shit. But meanwhile, this man bought a whole white family like an Escalade that probably didn't need it. You know what I'm saying? Which nobody's telling you how to spend your money, but like it just seems like all his promo has not been in hip hop and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's just mighty strange how he says these things, but then comes out and does that, right after and shit. People get fooled by this great actor. I'm not even gonna lie. People really do get fooled by this actor, like for sure, for sure. Like he's definitely one of the greatest actors out there. It is what it is. I ain't mad at it. Some of the songs are good, but I just can't say that it's an 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10. And I'd be great graceful when I say 7 out of 10, but overall, like it's definitely a six. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely a six for me, as far as just like musically and shit. And like beef aside, I just feel like the album was really not all that. And like the biggest problem for Drake albums or recent Drake songs or albums, whatever you want to call it, is that there's really no growth in this shit. You know what I'm saying? And like you don't get anything different. And after 20 years, you would think that you would get something a little different from the motherfucker, but I guess you don't really get it like that. And it is what it is. It is what it is. Drake ain't rapping on it. He cloned his voice. It's all AI. I mean, I can't say I know all about it. It don't sound like AI to me. It just sounds like he's just tired. It sounds like Heart Six Drake. You know what I'm saying? It definitely sounds like Heart Six Drake. And it is what it on some of the songs, not everything, but like a lot of the songs. And that's where homie loses me just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just a smidge. You know what I mean? But once again, I like 6, 7 songs out of it. I'm not gonna act like I hated the whole project. You know what I mean? But like the fact that people are trying to digest, like make it seem like you got to digest Drake. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Like Drake isn't that lyrical miracle or that in depth for me to like digest it after 2 days of hearing it. You know what I mean? It's just mighty strange how people are saying that. Like there's no real artistry behind it. There's good music behind it, I guess, but like there just seems a loss for the art in it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if we're comparing GNX to Icing, I feel like GNX was more poetic. You know what I'm saying? It was more cultured. You know what I mean? It was more of the essence of hip hop and shit, from the samples to just the representation of Latino and Latina artists. Now Drake obviously put on certain people too for the poppy shit, you know what I mean? And that's just and I think that was what Molly Santana. I still don't know who that is, but it's one of those like it didn't do it for me, man. Iceman really didn't do it for me. Iceman was alright. Iceman was alright. We about 2 weeks into Iceman, and like it's okay. I still feel like I don't even hear people really talking about it as much. Like they might be listening, you know what I'm saying? They might be listening to this shit, but they're not really as like hyped about it how I feel like Kendrick shit was. Kendrick, like 2 weeks in, like you was all into it. Now, granted, we can make up shit and be like, oh, they're pushing it to be that way, but I'm like, you just gotta go with like real life. You know what I'm saying? What real life people are doing and shit. And that's how I look at that. And it was cool. Once again, it was cool, dog. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I if it is, I guess, right? You know what I mean? But I truly don't believe it's AI. I just feel like it's just same old Drake. And you would have to point out to me what songs may feel AI. You know what I'm saying? I ain't buying it personally, streams. I'm not really buying into it being AI. I can't say that that's what it is for me. I just feel like, and I remember listening to it in real time. It lacked that extra oomph, that extra energy that Drake usually brings to the table. You feel me? It was one of those things. Like, and I said that in my real time reaction. You know what I mean? I did it live. I did it in the night from the moment he did his little 9:45 thing and played basically the whole album to basically listening to it again back to back, because that's really what happened too. Is that I heard Iceman twice that night. You know what I mean? And that's where I feel like it lot. And the funny thing is the videos actually did make the album a little bit more exciting, but I'm not riding around watching the music video. So like take away the music video and I just hear the songs, and that's why I'm kind of glad I did it right after. I was like, oh, this is kind of, it's kind of meh without the music videos. You know what I'm saying? Because now you got a chance to just listen to the words. And my biggest argument is that I feel like, not everybody, but in my opinion, I feel like people ain't listening to the words like that. Because if you just listen to the words, fuck the rap and just like listen to what he's saying, and like it don't really make sense on anything that he's saying. Like, all right, he's addressing stuff, but it just really don't make any sense on how he's addressing it. Like the approach on addressing certain things, it wasn't doing it for me, man. And it's not even like victim things or not like that. It's just that it missed the energy. It really missed the energy. Some of the bars were mad Dr. Seuss, green eggs and ham, cat in the hat ass shit. You know what I'm saying? Like Dora Explorer bars, like, the Windsor Knot fucking whatchamacallit bar was cute. Like there was cute bars. There was cute bars in that CD and shit. You know what I'm saying? It was real cute. But you know, super mid ranger, man, super mid ranger. But either way, what I'm saying, we gonna get into the next song here. Yeah, I mean, it's not like I'm hating on the brother. It's just that I'm just giving my opinion on it. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing. Like the Aubrey Angels are are making it seem like just because you're not feeling the album that you just a Drake hater and all this other stuff. And then the trend is like, the bing bop boom bop bam and shit. You know what I'm saying? Make it seem like, you wasn't out here not like us in and squabbling up and shit like that when in real time. But once again, I ain't going back to go find receipts on motherfuckers. That ain't my job to do. I'll let the internet do the work with that. But it was cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that all three artists dropped some music finally. You know what I'm saying? We can all critique it how we want to critique it. If I was to give an order on how I liked every artist's CD, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put GNX first. And I'd probably say I like J. Cole's album a little bit more than Drake's, and that's not because it had the bops and the better bangers and all that, you know what I'm saying? Because once again, Drake's a bop artist. You know what I'm saying? He's not really like a super lyricist, rapper, storyteller, or nothing like that. He has like a couple of introspective records or whatever, but you know, I just like Cole's album a little bit more. Maybe that's just where I'm at in life right now. Maybe that's just how I'm viewing things in life, you know what I'm saying? And like, it could just be a mix of all of that. But I am 1000% feeling J. Cole's joint in them a lot more than what Iceman did. Iceman didn't do it for me, man. Like, once again, I don't go back and try to even listen to it, but it's been like that for a lot of Drake projects for a long time now. So it's not even like the beef made me feel that way or anything. Like, it's just how I felt about his music for a really long time. And that's just me, you know what I'm saying? Everybody can be entitled to their opinion and shit like that. And everybody can ride the wave and like something because it's popular to like it on social media and shit. But there's no fluff over here. There's no fluff over here. But that's where I stand with that.